Hey guys, and welcome to my money making video. Hopefully in this video you'll find at least one long-term high money making method you like and a few of the little smaller methods that earn small amounts of money in very short amount of time that please you. Personally, I do most of these regularly, some of them not so often, but I still have used them in the past. It's a very crash course guide, some of it's not in very much depth at all, and if you would like me to cover it in more depth in a separate guide, please leave a comment telling me so and I'll be happy to do so, but I thought I'd just throw in all of the ideas and methods into one video to give you something to go by. As I said, some of the methods are faster than others and some don't earn as much as others. You will find something that will work for you in this vid, and if the first thing doesn't work, please continue watching it because you will find something for definite, and hopefully it will make a bank out of it. Okay, I'll see you in the first clip. Okay, so here we are. This is one of my personal favourite money-making methods. It's the miscellanea sort of like slave system that you get after completing the quests. Go to miscellanea on your Ring of Wealth. You can do this. I think you can do it as often as you want. However, it's like once a day. It adds more stuff. I tend to do it once every week, every Friday, if you're really that bothered. You go to this dude, you collect, and you get all your stuff. And as you can see, you get a fair amount of random stuff here and there. You can vary the items you get, and I'll show you in a second how you adjust it. Don't worry about me not explaining how to do all this, because if you've done the quests, you'll know how to do it, because it sort of tells you in the quest. And it's fairly straightforward anyway. You basically just adjust a slider and come back a week later. So here you go, here's the screen. You've got the sliders that you want. I put herbs on pretty much full and wood on pretty much full and nothing else because they're the maximum profit ones, and there's basically no point wasting money on others. You want to have at least 800k in the coffers for a week. So if you come on a Friday or whatever day you want, I choose Friday, put 800k in, so there's just 800k in there, then go away for a week, come back in the next Friday, and you'll have around about 400k left. And that 400k will have been, the 400k that's gone will have been used to buy, well, like fund all of the resource gathering. And then you just top it up to 800k, come back a week later, and that's it, sorted, profits. And here you can see me getting back my sort of like reputation with the villagers. You have to do this every week because every day you lose a % of reputation, and the more reputation you have, the more profit you make, basically. And as you can see, for 400k I make 1.1 mil, and this wasn't even a very good looting. You can get better. Okay, so this is one of my favourite money making methods. You can only do it once a day because the stuff has to recharge, although you can continue to craft lore runes if you so wish. As you can see, I've got pure essence in my inventory and pouches that are full in my inventory, and I've got the Wicked Hood equipped. The reason you need the Omni Tiara, the Omni Talisman and the Elemental Talisman equipped in the Wicked Hood, you actually use it on it and it eats it, is because it unlocks everything. As you can see, there's essence. When you use the elemental talisman, that becomes pure essence, and you've got your runes and your teleport. And that's just me showing you the Omni and the thingy. Soul rune can't be unlocked because it's not invented yet. And basically, you've just got this interface. And what you do is you choose a teleport. Death runes are the best profit, blood runes are next, lore runes, and then nature runes. I can only do lore runes at the moment because I'm not a high enough rune crafting level, so we go to the lore altar. And here you'll see me entering the lore altar. You can do this with the Wicked Hood, you don't need to bring anything else. This is why it's such a handy item. And you go and craft your runes. Right, this clip's sped up after I've shown you emptying the pouches and crafting them. Oh, and my down key got stuck, which is why the camera's a bit jittery. But never mind. Okay, so now we're speeding up. You withdraw essence from the hood, like when I get around to it, like so. And the essence you can just craft straight away. Boom, crafted. Activate, essence, craft. Activate, essence, craft. And you just do this until you've crafted everything. And then personally I like to withdraw air runes using the runes thing, but you can do law runes for extra profit if you really wish. And there you go, there's some easy money. Look, that's completely free, and the pure essence I used was drops from strike worms in Slayer, so that's 100% profit right there. Okay, this is another one of those quick methods that doesn't give a lot of money. It used to give quite a lot of money, 300k a day, but because the shops take 24 hours to restock, so you can only do it once a day. But unfortunately, with price crashes and such, it doesn't give you that much anymore. So what we're going to do is we need to teleport to Castle Wars, or your nil, it doesn't really matter, and head to the, I think it's pronounced Ooglug, herb store, where we go and buy some Eye of Newts from this dude. Here we go. And you want to buy all 20 boxes and unpack them. The overall cost for each thing is around about 3k, I believe. So it takes about 10k overall to buy all the boxes from all 3 shops, but it's completely worth it. Next, I use my Tavali tablet. You can use a Falador teleport and run up if you wish, but I completed the quest Love Story, so I thought, well, I might as well just teleport to Tavali, save some time. Do the same thing here, buy all the Eye of Newts. And there you go, boom, done. This doesn't take very long at all. I've edited out some of the walking, so it takes a little bit longer than the video, but whatever. You can teleport to Draenor and do the same thing as this, or you can home tele to Lummy and walk quite a long way. Or you can even walk down from Falador, but I use the cabbage paw because it's fastest. Right, then you go in here, dump your cabbage ring because they don't let you on Intrana with it for some reason. Go to Intrana, and you clear out the herb store here as well. Right, so what I'm going to do is assume that the price of the boxes that you have just bought from the monk is, each box was priced at the maximum price, the most expensive price, which in here is roughly 200 GP. So that's around about 12k, but obviously it doesn't cost that much, so that's why you only really need to bring 10k, and you can see we make a nice little profit, so that's nice considering it didn't take that long to do all of that. Similar to the Eye of Newts, you can do this with any shops. The Vial of Water pack at the Horror from the Deep Lighthouse shop is actually a good option as well. As you can see, I bought all the boxes and they cost around about 650 if you assume that that's the price of every single box. And unpacking them, here you go, you can compare the calculator prices, the cost, and the price checker price is the amount I'm going to sell it on the Grand Exchange for. So you can see that's another quick profit. That took literally a minute to do. Okay, so this is one of the best methods I know for money. You need larpular clothing because it really helps. It gives a small boost to your catch rate, and I use a hunter cape because I show off a lot, and boots of lightness just for running and stuff. You want I take 5 box traps because for every level in every 20 levels you get an extra box trap you can use up to a maximum of 5 at 80 hunter. So since I recommend 80 hunter, you should be using 5 box traps. So we teleport to mobilizing armies and we run north past the strike worms and all of the ogres and stuff. This method can potentially, I'm not saying that you'll get it every time, but from my sort of predicting and estimating sort of calculations, you can make pretty close to 2 mil an hour here, which is pretty insane if you ask me. It's similar to frost dragons. But it's hit and miss. It will be very frustrating and take a lot of patience because you pretty much have to constantly click. But anyway, the basic method is you find a Chinchomper spawn and surround it with your boxes. So at the moment I have no idea where these spawn. I suppose you could memorise the spot if you were that addicted. So I'm just going to put a few traps around and keep an eye out for where one spawns. As you can see, one spawned down there, so I'm going to surround that spot with box traps. Now it's very important that you do this as quickly as possible, because the chinchomper will spawn and go into your traps, and believe me, they do it fast, and you will constantly be resetting up your traps whether you're a low level hunter or not, because the chinchompers will either get caught in your traps or they'll knock them over. Here you can see the optimal position. I've completely surrounded the spot and it's getting caught as soon as it spawns. It's perfect, but it's very, 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 very fast clicking you need for this, because otherwise he'll just walk out of the spawn spot because you have all your boxes trapped. This is one of my favourite money making methods. You can make an insane amount of money here, and since the bots are gone, it's not so bad either. And even if the area is really busy, all you need is one spawn spot, and trust me, that's all you need, because you'll be constantly setting up traps with one spawn spot trapped, as you can see from me doing it just then. So I spent roughly, I don't know, probably 2 minutes catching chins then, probably not even that, and I've made that amount of money, so it's pretty nice. Fast money, easy to do, but it requires a fairly high level of hunter. There are, in fact, ways of boosting your hunter, such as invisible boosts from these two familiars here, and I hope this helps you. Yes, hunter again. If you know me, this probably isn't a surprise. We're going to do kayaks. First you need your inventory of willow logs and a teasing stick, and your best armour. You don't want your best attacking armour, you want your best defence armour. So really I should have dragon plate and dragon plate legs because they have better melee defence, but I don't have any in my bank, so I didn't use them. You may be wondering why willow logs. It's because they're the cheapest logs that I can see on the Grand Exchange, and you don't need a knife because it's in your tool belt already. So we've got all the gear we need. Use the fairy ring, because you've obviously completed the quest, to teleport to the snowy hunter area. There we go. In my own time. Oh dear. These require patience as well as chins, but I find them a little bit less frustrating than chins. I'll get bored of chins within 20 minutes and it'll be effort, whereas it takes a couple of hours for me to get bored of kayaks, really. They're not as bad because it's not as repetitive. It's a bit more variance to it and stuff. But anyway, you get to the fairy ring, you head up north up this path. It's not dangerous or anything, don't worry, and there's basically no risk of dying. Don't forget, if you're low defense, swap some of those logs for food because you'll need it because they attack you. Right, so we've found the pitfall traps, and what you do is you get a kayak and you tease it with a teasing stick. You can do this by left clicking. Then it attacks you and you have a panic moment because, oh my god, you can't attack the kayak. Whatever are you going to do? And then you set up a trap because we're hunters, we're not melee fighters, we're hunters. And we jump over the trap and he dies. Then you dismantle the trap, you get a fur and bones. You're welcome to sell the bones, but to be honest I think that's a waste of time. It's only like 400 odd GP, and as you can see the kayak fur is worth an extortionate amount of money for how easy it is to get. So we've buried the bones, picked up our logs again because you need 2 inventory spaces, and now we're going to go catch another kayak. And we get another one. That's excellent. Right, so it's better to do 2 kayaks at a time for this, for the reason that you can pick up both the furs without having to drop the logs. So if you do 2 pitfall traps at a time, that tends to be the best. As you can see, I've got a tatty fur. Now you're welcome to keep these if you want, but I seriously suggest you don't, judging to their you know, lack of value. So I tend to just drop them on the floor, and for every tatty hide you get, you want to cut down a tree, which is what the hatchet's for. You can use the hatchet in your tool belt, but I just prefer a dragon hatchet. Okay, so now we've got another tatty fur, and that's basically the frustration of this method, getting tatty furs, and you will get plenty, trust me. Okay, I wish you the best of luck. Right, if you know me, then this will be no surprise to you at all. Grux. Okay. Basically, it's exactly the same as Kayats, except you have a Ring of Dueling and a Grark Familiar summoned, Spirit Grark. That Spirit Grark is only, and the Dueling Ring actually, are only for the optimum banking method. The Shiloh banking method, you just walk to Shiloh and bank, and the Fairy Ring method, you walk to the Fairy Ring, bank in Xanris, come back. Okay, so we're going to use the Spirit Grark to tele to the Grarks. This is the fastest method for Grarks you can do because it's almost instant banking. It takes like 10 seconds, it's ridiculous. Okay, so we go right next to the Pitfall Traps already, poke a Grark, plant a trap and jump. Then immediately grab a second Grark and up you go and get ready to trap the next Grark. As I said, 2 Pitfall Traps at the same time is the best thing. Reason for that is you can just empty the trap straight away and you don't have to worry about dropping logs. Okay. There is another method to catching Grarks, which is 83 plus Hunter. Don't bother attempting this if you're not 83 plus. The reason for this is because that's the level where Grarks stop jumping over the traps and you have a 100% catch rate. And this method, which I'm about to show you, is a lot faster. You make a trap here and jump over. That's the wrong Grark, but I didn't know at the time. But what you want is the one that spawns right next to that trap, which is the one that's attacking me at the moment. Okay, so you empty this trap and you set up your trap, okay, and the Grark will spawn right next to the trap. There you go. And then you jump over the trap, and before the Grark jumps over, you start clicking on the trap to jump back. There you go, done. Then the Grark will die, and it'll die all the time if you're 83 plus Hunter. You pick up the hide, reset up the trap, and then it'll respawn. This is very good for busy worlds, and it's actually quite fast on non-busy worlds as well. It's one of the fastest Grark catching methods, but it is a little bit more boring, I find, than doing the other methods. But it can yield you more cash per hour, and this is a money-making guide, so that's the method I recommend, but again, it does require 83 plus Hunter. Again, tatty hides are not worth much, drop them, cut some logs, and as you can see, there's the normal furs. Worth less than Kayats, but they're easier to catch, so win and lose. And here's me just showing you to bank at Castle Wars. Okay, I'm fairly new to this, but this is one of my favourite money-making methods at the moment. It's farming, and it's just herb runs. You don't want to do like trees or anything unless you're going for the XP. And as you can see in my inventory, Qualm Seeds, Snapdragon Seed for the disease-free herb patch, and I've got all my teleports. You want the X-File to get to the Canophis one. You want the Catherby teleport, well, Camelot teleport to get to the Catherby one. Ardinghew teleport to get to the Ardinghew one. And the cabbage port from this to get to the one that's by Draenor, or you can use a Draenor on the Glory Ring. Oh, and a cool looking outfit is essential for farming. You need a good looking outfit. The papaya trees, you plant them once and then you don't dig them up. The reason is papayas sell for 2k each, so if you just quickly go and pick your papayas every farming run, then you'll make enough money to pay for the seeds and the compost, unless you're doing really expensive seeds, of course. I tend to do Qualms because I'm going to use Herblore with these, so I'm going for the best Herblore XP, but Toadflax and Snapdragon at the disease-free patch would be better, rather than Qualms and Snapdragon at disease-free hand patch. But never mind, you know. Experiment with different types of herbs, decide what's best. So as you can see, I've got my Trollheim telly also in my inventory. That's only if you've got the disease-free herb patch and you've completed Edgar's Ruse. Although I think Edgar's Ruse is a requirement for the disease-free herb patch anyway. So, and as you can see, you get a variable amount of herbs. Sometimes the plants die unless it's in the disease-free patch, in which case it doesn't. And that's annoying, but it happens. And the minimum you can get with using super compost per patch is 5. If you're using super compost, you won't get less than 5 for most herbs. I'm not sure about Toadflax because my friend does Toadflax and he gets less than 5, but I don't know if he uses super compost or not. And as you can see, I've made a nice profit there from one patch. Even if it was the minimum of the 5, I would have made a profit there. You can use the herbs on the leprechaun to note them, and that just makes your life a bit easier with banking and whatnot. And here's me showing you the way to the Trollheim patch. If you've done the quest, you'll probably know the way, but I thought I'd show you anyway. Farming is very hit and miss. You can, so is a lot of the stuff in this guide. I've said that phrase so many times. But yeah, anyway, you can. I had all my patches die, except for the disease-free one before, and I made a loss, obviously, because of that. Although the disease-free patch did boost it up, because I made a nice 40k profit out of that. But that's what the papayas are for, because even if all your herbs die, except for the disease-free one, the papayas will pay for the super compost and pay for the seeds. So it's worth having those papaya trees there. I only personally do 2 papaya trees, the papaya tree and Cathaby, because once you've done the Cathaby patch, you can just run down and get the papayas, and it's fine. And I also do the one in Carajama, Brimhaven, whatever. The one north of the house portal. The reason for that is my house is in Brimhaven, it's right next to a telly there, grab the papayas and go. Takes no time at all. If your house isn't at Brimhaven, if you've completed Love Story, you can do the reconfigured house telly tab to the Brimhaven and do that, or you can use a glory telly and have a small walk, but I wouldn't really recommend that. I'd recommend just moving your house. It's not a bad place to have your house, to be honest. It's fairly useful there, because you can also get to Shiloh by using the cart. Anyway, we're off topic now. There you can see my snapdragons. Don't make as much profit, but I've got the minimum 5 there, so but you can. I've had 14 herbs from one patch before, so if you get that on the snapdragons, you've made a sweet amount of profit there. So it's, again, you know, random, best hope, and you've just witnessed the miracle of farming, how weeds instantly grow whilst you're attempting to plant stuff. Okay, so that's basically a summary of farming. Go to all of the patches. I'm not going to show you all of them on vid. If you're really interested, the papaya trees take about 14 hours to grow, so plant them in advance, and the herb patches take an hour and a half approximately to grow, so you can do a farm run every hour and a half, and you know that adds up. After a little while, you know, you'll make a nice amount of money. So far I've made about 4 mil off doing this, and I've been doing it for about a week, so it's good. Blue dragons. Alright XP for training range. I recommend range, not melee by the way. And they're also good money. I made my first few mils here. The bones were worth more back then, but they're still good money now, just not as much. BOBs are recommended for this. You don't need any other familiars because you'll be safe spotting. And a ranging pot will make it faster. Now, a DFS and an anti-dragon shield, which do you think could be better for ranging? Wrong. The anti-dragon shield's better for ranging than the DFS because it doesn't have a negative range bonus, and since you will be safe spotting, you don't need the defense. So actually this is one of the places where a DFS is shit. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our gear up, your best range gear. It doesn't really matter, there's no specific gear that's best, just the most expensive stuff you can buy basically. There you go, that's what I use. Broad tip bolts are best. They're really powerful for the price, and I'm using the sharpshooter aura thing because it's technically cheating and it makes your money faster. Right, so I thought I'd show you a quick shortcut. On the map you can click up on the hill by the gate like I just did, and it means you can walk around without actually clicking. Okay, so now we're here. There's accurate and rapid stance. Long range is rubbish. I always use rapid because they don't have very good defense against range. Especially with around about 75 plus range, it's sort of like, there's no point using accurate at all. Completed the watchtower quest, you can get in here, in you go, and there's blue dragons, and you can kill the blue dragons. It's fairly easy, not hard. My favourite safe spot is where I'm about to go, in between the rocks here, and the dragon cannot get you. And unfortunately, we witness a bot. The bots are back, guys, for dragons. Sad it is, but they're back. They're not very good because, as you can see, he's struggling to pick up the bones, and I just nicked some. but I'm quite proud that I stole his kill, and you know, I hope you do the same. They're not that bad here at the moment, and let's hope they don't get bad again, because otherwise that'll make this a bad money making method, won't it? But anyway guys, that's pretty much all of the methods that I know. There are other methods which I'll show you later in the same video, so don't click off of it just yet. There's me reporting him, fail. But I don't know these methods in enough detail to show you in like a vid like I've done with these, so please, you know, watch it to the end, because there'll be more ideas, but not actually, you know, video footage of it. So, one dragon killed, and the 100% drop, bearing in mind you can get other drops, is, there you go, it's a nice bit of money for such an easy kill. Oh, it didn't take that long, did it? And you can do this with a familiar and make even more money per trip. It's quite good, to be honest. And if you get like effigies and stuff, that's even a bigger bonus. To bank, teleport to Castle Wars using your Ring of Dueling, and then you're at Castle Wars and you just repeat the process. So, that's all of the, as I said, all of the, I know I've rushed through it, and I'm sorry if it's been a bit too fast paced, but I've been trying to make this a nice short video, and it's ended up half an hour long, so, you know, I hope it's helped you in some way, and please stay tuned for other methods. Okay, the two big ones, flipping and merchanting. These can potentially make you a bank very quickly, but are very risky if you don't keep your eye on the market. You can potentially lose all of the money you invest, pretty much, if an item crashes because of an update or something and you're not keeping your eye on things. I do chins because chins fluctuate from between 2k to about 1.7k, so I buy them when they're 1.7k. I buy like about 3,000 of them, and that way it's low risk, I'm not risking tons of money. And then when they rise to 1.9k, this may take a few days, it may take a few weeks, but it eventually happens. You sell them for 1.9k, which will be the market price then, so they'll sell pretty much instantly, and you make a profit of about 600k for doing absolutely nothing whatsoever. This can be very useful. Another method of merchanting is similar, but with bulk. Instead of bulk items, you buy an expensive item such as an AGS. Buy it when it's crashing, sell it when it's rising. Say, I don't really know what the AGS is doing at the moment, but say at the moment it's rising. So we want to buy it straight away before it starts rising too much. So I'm going to go a little bit above med at 37 mil. I know it's going to rise by a lot because I've done market research, so in a few weeks' time I'm going to sell it for 40 mil. That's how it works. It takes talent and a lot of time to investigate how it works and learn the market, but if you put that time and effort in, you'll make a lot of money. Okay guys, so the text on the screen kind of speaks for itself. You've reached the end of my video. Thanks for watching, and I really hope this helps you guys. I've shown you every method that I know. There might be other methods out there, but I don't know them. And, you know, let me know how you do. The comment section on my videos is very rarely used, mainly because I've only got about 5 viewers. But, you know, please let me know how you do, and I really hope that you make a bank off some of these ideas, because that's what the whole point in this video was. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you made this far, post cookie in the comment section. Thanks again. Don't forget to join my friends chat if you ever want to have a chat in game. This video took me quite a long time to make, so sorry if my voice was a little bit tired during the video, but I wanted to get it done and out on YouTube quickly. As you can see, the special thanks on the screen. Thanks to all those guys for various reasons, and I will definitely see you in a vid shortly. I don't know what it's going to be, but let's have fun.